And here we are now in episode 5 of trying to go from reserve to top tier in Sweden with only a premium account, no premium planes, trying to do it as fast as possible while still having fun. So I won't be researching every single plane, but mostly the planes that are needed to continue on to the next tier. I've played this game for around 13 years on and off, and well, I'm just trying to get back into playing it. So that's why I'm deciding to go with Sweden, because there's a lot of variety in them, and I've never played Sweden, and I have heard a lot of good things about them. So hopefully you do enjoy, and let's get right into it. Let's start off with researching the J29A, and then afterwards we'll research the A29B in today's video, and then we have completely finished rank 5, which is already quite nice. After just 5 episodes, we will be done with rank 5, and then we'll move on to, well, obviously stage 6, or rank 6, I should say. So let's go into the J29A Tannen and start researching that. Then I also quickly want to make sure that I have completely aced the A21RB, which is now completed. That is quite nice. There you go. You can see completed, and then we will select the A28B and replace that with the A21. And there is also a camo available. Let's see how much that's going to cost. 16 cents. Don't mind if I do. That is going to be quite nice. Looking quite snazzy in this very like chrome design. Looks really cool in my opinion. Let's look at how much we need to do. 80,000 research points to completely ace it. And we will just start off with, actually, let's go with the offensive 20mm. Does look quite cool in my opinion. However, it is battle rating 8.0, so we will come up against some air-to-air missiles, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't played 8.0 in a long time, so we'll have to get used to this plane first of all. And here we are loaded into the first game. Let's see how this thing looks. Actually looks really cool in my opinion. Oh wow, okay, well this is a very different perspective now. You're looking like you're straight in front of this plane, in the very, very front of it. And you can't really see anything out here. The person who sits in here needs to be a little bit taller than he is. And there should be our first kill. Oh, damn, I'm so stupid. I mean, there's the second kill, but that was just retarded. This is the second game now, and we did come up against 9.0 rating here. This is not the nicest, especially considering how much faster they are, and I don't know what the enemy has, but they'll probably also have some air-to-air missiles. So I'm hoping this is not going to happen too often, because I'm very underpowered in here. Yeah, there's an RB24, for instance, on our Saab 105 here. So I'm glad I'm not coming up against Sweden. But CL13, I'm pretty sure they can go up to like 1,000 kilometers an hour. There is one kill. Let's go. And there's damage on the G91. Jeez, okay, I do like these cannons. And with that, we can purchase the offensive 20mm belt, and then we will work on the compressor. Yeah, this is more like a down tier and theoretically the same tier, so this is more like it. Even though, I gotta say, the other game, I did kind of get lucky as well, having a good aiming capabilities and just them not really going for me, but rather my teammates. I can just snipe them off. I feel like I'm a little bit outmatched when I'm coming up against a higher tier. I thought he just had a fuel leak or something. I just flew 20 kilometers outside, back to our base basically, just to finish a guy off. Are you kidding me? Engine fire system, I need it. Nice, no critical hit there on the CL13. Critical, nice. And with that, we got the compressor completed, and we'll also get the engine upgrade. We'll then research the airframe. Nice, let's go. Let's go. My aim is on point with these guns. I love it. And airframe is completed. We'll get the G-suit, and then we'll start researching on the new 20mm cannons. Nice. And final kill of the game. Nice, that's gonna be final blow as well. No, it's not. Never mind. 20mm cannons unlocked. Let's get the wings repair and then start researching on the engine fire system. Let's go. And a third. Yep. I'm really liking this jet, I gotta be honest. Really maneuverable, and the cannons are really nice. And swing cut off as well. Let's go. Oh, okay. Well, at least I got the kill. What? I thought it was low enough for that. Oh my god, look at how many people are going off that at EL28. Jeez, I feel sorry for him. And another one. Let's go. And with those 2 games, we got 20,000 research points. Let's purchase the EFS. We'll also get the cover. And then we'll start researching on the fuselage. Actually, no, let's get the M49Bs. And then research the fuselage repair. And there is another one, which is going to be the MiG-15. Very nice. And another one on the EL28. And that should be another EL28 done. Nice, those are some quick 3 kills. However, that J2 might just get me. Oh, I thought I got him for a second. Whew, almost flew into that one. I'm actually very surprised I made it back to base, considering I only have 1 wing. And with another very good game, we completely unlocked everything, meaning we aced the A21A. That actually went faster than I expected. Let's see how many games it actually took me. You can see here, it only took me 14 matches, and with a win rate of 64%, and I also got 25 kills, so quite decent. However, that was still very quick compared to some other ones that I have previously done. Nice. That's another MiG-15 gone. Been picking them off like I don't know what, but we've been picking them off like grapes of a tree. Do grapes grow on a tree? I don't know. I think on a bush. So I was trying to get him with my rockets. Didn't work. Don't know how to aim those rockets, to be honest. Yeah, let's go. And here we are now with the J29A unlocked. And there's a fun fact about this one. Let's select that crew later. Which I found out because they're called obviously the Tanninen. And I realized it looks like a barrel. So I looked up what Tanninen stands for. And it actually stands for the barrel. So there you go. It's a little fun fact. So if you're Swedish, you probably know that. Because I also realized that the people that watch these videos, like 20, 40, 30% or something like that, are all from Sweden. So thank you very much for watching from Sweden. I absolutely love that country. And also the women. And now let's start researching on the A29B Tanninen. And then because we obviously already spaded the A28B, let's choose a crew and replace it for the A28B. That's another 86,000 gone. This one does also look quite beefy. I mean, it has very small wings, but just in general, the size of it in here in the lower department is very, very beefy. Just looks like a little chubby. And we're looking at around 90,700 to completely spade this one as well. And the A29B is going to be 105,000 to completely research. And that is going to be the last vehicle on this episode. And there's also no custom livery for this one. So let's get right into the first match. This is how it looks in-game. Very nice. I like. Ooh, and the cockpit looks very advanced compared to the one we were just in. Looks a lot more modern, I gotta say. Ooh, and look at it. It feels maneuverable. What's the turn time on this? Well, that's not good. 31 seconds. Compared to the Vampire, I think it was around 25 seconds, maybe even 24 when I got it all the way down. But it is very maneuverable in whatever axis this is. And one thing I also love is just the mirror you have on top. It basically, only if you zoom in can you see above you, but otherwise it's just gonna go point straight into the back of your head, basically. Nice. Oh, I'm not hitting anything so far with this. Nødløsning, hoofdrejk, afvisning frontura, acceleration, kompaslys, nødskjut, ning robot, undertank, brændsel. Brændsel snart slut. Brændsel snart slut, I like that one. Stængt, open, EBG, LT, brændselagern, robot signal. Okay, what is the robot? What is robot till? I can say this engine is really slow though. The Vampire was a lot faster in my opinion. This engine is very, very underperforming and underwhelming. I gotta say, so far I'm not a big fan of this plane. Turn circle is insanely bad. And the engine is just so bad. And there is the first ever death by rocket, AIM-9B. There we go. First of all, severe damage, and we actually got our first kill in the plane. Took me quite long, and it was more of just a head-on, not something like a good kill, you know? And we got another. However, we did also get killed by the ME behind us. I think I'm gonna have to change up my play for this plane. I might just go, you know, fly on the outside and then just pick the people up one by one instead of going in straight away and trying to dogfight. Because as I've noticed, dogfight in this plane is pretty average, meaning you're not gonna get much out of it. So I think that is my new plan, even though I haven't done it in this match yet. There's one kill, let's go. And that should be another one. Gotta say, the guns, however, are nice. I do enjoy the 20mm here from Sweden. I think the American 20mm or something like that. Nice. And we got the first unlock, which is going to be the 20mm belt. We'll then get the compressor, which we'll purchase straight away. And we'll start researching on the airframe. Actually, no, let's go with the wings repair. First one, let's go. I think I like the strategy of going high, zoom, boom, and zoom, basically. Because theoretically, I am faster at top speed than anybody else. So turn fighting just isn't a thing here, but going faster might be the case. But then I also need to hit. Nice, that's my kill because I was the closest. And there's an easy kill on the F3D. He was just happy he got his bombs drop off, and then I can just pick him off. Nice. And another one. I guess that counts, but really that was not what I was intending to do. I didn't see him coming, to be honest. And with that, we got the wings repair completed, and we'll also start researching on the airframe. Nice. And another one, let's go. And another one. 3 kills against some higher tier planes. Not bad. Nice. No, he took my wingman. It is always my wing, but I think he should be done. Yeah, he's done. And the airframe is completed. We'll pick that up. We'll then research the new 20mm. At least start researching them. There was our first unsuspected suspect. And that should be our second. And there's our third. I can say I am coming to like this plane now that I've changed the strategy of going, you know, more of a boom and zoom and staying out of the way and without going dogfighting. Love the guns on them. I absolutely love the guns on them. Once we get the bigger engine, I think this will be actually a lot better as well, because then the climb rate's also going to be better. Because when I compare it to, for instance, the J29 that's on our No, that was last game. Never mind. The climb rate was up to around 25 meters per second. I'm currently at 21 meters per second. Whew. That was a long climb to get that B-29. Almost cost me everything, but good enough that But the good thing is, my cannons were able to take off his wing quite quickly. That is what I meant to try to say. Nice. Oh my god. Oh, why is everyone trying to fly into me here? What is happening? And the cover has been researched. We'll then go with the EFS. Should be our first kill. He's not dead yet, what? There he is. But with that big explosion, he's gonna be dead. And our teammate just crashed into the ground. Nice. That was a very quick match. I think that was only around 6 minutes. Speed and power. Jeremy Clarkson would say, speed and power. What the hell is a BI? Oh, it's that thing. And now for the first time we've also got the new, let's call it achievement for the statistics, because the max speed is now up to 1,010 kilometers an hour. I don't think we've had a plane which actually got above the 1,000 kilometers an hour, so that is something new. That's also pretty cool. And we got the engine fire system, and then let's research the G-suit. And then we just have the fuselage repair left, and we got max on everything here. And there's one. And there's a second, hopefully. And a third. Whew. I need one more ground kill here, come on. Well, I don't need it, but I want to. Yay! Let's do a soft landing now. Yippee! And with that, we have unlocked the A29B, as you can see right there. And that means we have finished with, let's do it in a second here, with the J29. Let me give you a quick, or J29A, let me give you a quick recap of how that plane is, in my opinion. At the start, it didn't really feel that great compared to, obviously, the Vampire, because the Vampire is just so maneuverable, and you have to completely change your style of playing. But I do actually like the ton in it. It's a very, well, it's a jet with a very high top speed. The top speed, however, is not going to be reached often. I think I reached it one time when I was diving, but that's about it, because the engine just is not that powerful. It doesn't allow you to get up to those speeds real quick. So your playstyle really needs to be, okay, you go to the side, climb a little bit, and then just pick off the targets one by one, instead of going just for head-ons and head fights and dog fights. I mean, that is not going to be a thing in this plane. You really just want to pick them off one by one with some very strong cannons, which also have quite a good ammunition capacity, so you don't really need to head back to base quite often. So in general, I actually really like that, and now let's see how that J29B is going to be compared to the A variant. It's not called the J29A, it's called the A29B. There we go. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like, subscribe. We'll see you next time, and the giveaway will also be announced next episode. But again, very big thank you to all the support that I've received over the last couple of videos. Really do appreciate it.